Welcome to After Park Ferme. Paddock Gossip and Tea, just the way you like it. Rebrand, by the way. Yeah, we decided that our name was too long, so we're changing up. But this week, I think the big one is Russell entering his villain era?
I hope so.
I hope so too. I know lots to unpack after Montreal, so let's get into it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, before we get into Russell and Mercedes and all the drama that ensued from the Montreal Grand Prix, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've gotten this far.
We'll take what we can get.
Drop a comment of who you think should drop a comment who you think should be the number one driver at the end. Is it Russell or is it Kimi? Who's going to take it this season? There you go.
Russell.
Let's get in a debate.
Russell.
Well,
dude, I take back everything I said about his temperament. Oh my God.
I was just going to say, I watched our video from the other day and I was like, well, there's going to be a lot going on after that video we put out.
I loved the hissy fit, first of all. Loved it. Okay, second of all, when he was just standing behind the gates, just staring off, I'm like, that's a villain origin story if I've ever seen one.
Right?
Like,
right.
Oh my God, it was great.
If he shows up to, like, if he shows up to Monaco and like his head is shaved, then we know. He's gone like full Lex Luthor, right? He is on a vengeance. I will say, I mean, before we jump into that, we probably should be like, the Montreal Grand Prix was an amazing race. I mean,
yeah,
there was so much going on throughout the entire race that it took them literally till the crash between Albon and Piastri and Lawson that happened lap 13. We didn't get to actually see until like the end of the race because they're still unpacking all the back and forth.
It was nuts. I mean, I liked it, but I mean, I was definitely like I was pacing a lot. Like I couldn't handle it.
Right? All of a sudden,
the back and forth, the drama. Oh my God, it was great. It was great. That's why we watch racing, right?
Yeah, and you had Verstappen and Hamilton and the P2, P3 fights there, as well as Russell and Antonelli. Plus, we had the McLarens in there. I don't know. They must have like hacked into Ferrari or something and stole their strategy, because starting on full wets or starting on the inters, like everyone's like,
like,
yeah.
what?
I think Oscar Piastri, like, literally, I loved listening to his radio the whole time. He's like, this is stupid.
I know. I love it. I loved it when who was it? Was it Lando when they got on the radio and he was like, "Don't talk to me till we're done with the race." Like,
yeah. Well, I think that was actually, wasn't that Leclerc?
Oh,
I think it was. It may have been Leclerc. May have been. It's one of them where they're like, "Please just leave me alone." Yeah.
They're like, "Just leave me
updates.
alone." Yeah, they were giving updates. I guess it was Leclerc. I don't know. I get them confused. I'm human.
Yeah, it was really good to see the racing back and forth, and I know a lot of people have been complaining about this year's regulations, but I do think that we got the racing that we wanted, and now they can work on getting the cars to kind of where we all want it. But I will say I did not see, kind of jumping into the Russell, Antonelli, and just Mercedes in general, I did not see Russell having a full meltdown. I mean, he threw the seat, which he got a deferred fine for, so they charged him $5,000 for that, and he has already apologized. But basically, if he does it again, he'll have to pay the actual fine. But
yeah,
and then he threw his gloves once he got to the other side. I think the only thing he did gracefully was getting through the fence hole. Everything else, I mean, like, it would have been funnier if he. I don't know if you saw the marshal that had to run out and grab like some debris. It'd be funny if he dove through like that guy.
I have
and just,
a question
tumbled over
about that.
himself.
I have a question about that. Did he practice that? Like, he did that very smoothly. Oh, is that your fun drink?
Right. Yeah, this is the
Alpine Blast. I think he did that like so smooth. I'm like, was he practicing that move? Like, was he like,
right?
This is how, like, and then he's telling his friends like in the paddock, he's like, this is how you get through the fence quickly, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was
he
so
probably
funny,
practiced it. Probably because he's like, I might be on TV to go get something, and I gotta like I would practice that too. You don't want to look like a complete dummy on TV, right?
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know what it is about the track marshals, but there was. I don't know what it was, a race last year, and I feel like all of the track marshals had no belt on, and they all looked like the bad guy from Sonic, you know, the Dr. Roboto with the like mustache and like it's like portly guys that have like their pants are ill fitting, like are too big for them, running out to grab these things. And you're like, is this what this is what Dr. Roboto is, or whatever his name is doing these days? Like, he's given up chasing Sonic, and he's just grabbing debris as a marshal in a Formula One race? Because I don't know who they're like, hey, the guy that is the least fit and his clothes aren't fitting, he's probably going to trip over his own pants. Let's send that guy. That should make for some good TV.
I feel like they send him, they're like, just send him to turn 20 or whatever. And they're like, he's safe out there. Like, they recognize how he is, and they're like, he's safe out there. And then all of a sudden they're like, no.
I will say,
not Rick.
I will say it is kind of funny. When we went to the Miami Grand Prix a few years ago, there was a crash right in front of us. I think it was a Formula Academy crash right in front of us. And the marshals kept trying to, like, all the debris, like, put it in their, like, truck. But then another truck would come by and, like, hey, you got to give us that wing back. So they'd have, like, people, like, following up and getting everything back from the marshals as they, like, tried to put it in, like, their, like, secret space to take home.
That's funny. Yeah, I guess you can't take stuff. I see that though, like post races on social media, people like ripping off the signs and whatnot. And like, do you really have to have like a physical memorabilia that you're like destroying the place?
Yeah. I mean, most of that stuff gets thrown away, so I guess it's probably easier if you want to steal a big ass Pirelli sticker, go for it. I don't know how you're going to get that home. That stuff is just like, it starts touching itself and it's just, you might as well throw it out. Like, it's not, I don't know. Yeah, I get that. Like, why are you stealing this stuff?
I don't know.
But, yeah.
I get it when the people take the tires, that I get, like the used tires, but the signs, when they're ripping them off, I'm like, what are you going to use that for? Are you going to stick it on your wall?
Yeah, probably.
Not in my house.
You only have the classy signs that you pay for.
I only put up maps.
Well, I would say overall, we got the race that we have all been wanting with Montreal.
I also really enjoyed when like Kimmy and George were doing the interviews and Lando was sitting next to him, next to both of them, just like giggling because that was so intense.
Yeah.
I'm also really happy. I know we've been talking about George, but I'm extremely happy that Verstappen finally podiumed. Hamilton did really good too. And it was great seeing them battle it out again. I enjoy that.
Yeah, it was good racing. And it's interesting, too, because, you know, Verstappen had such a great, like, performance. But I think post, he really still he's like, I just hate it. He just hates it, yeah. I think. He got there because he's a great, we've talked about it multiple times. He's an amazing driver. And he can't, he can put it in when he needs to. But I can understand how if you're really having to put a lot of effort just to keep the car like manageable on top of all these new regulations, I can understand where the frustration lies with it. But yeah, he was talking that like he just can't go on like this based on the performance of the car. So, it starts to allude. Yeah, it starts to allude to him, possibly taking a break while, the manufacturers get all this stuff figured out. I do want to take a little side note, and you should pull up. I'm going to pull this up. It says nothing to do with racing, but I just want you to see the like roast that is the newest car that Ferrari just launched. I don't know if you saw this.
Pull it up.
So everybody's like roasting the hell out of this thing because it's like, so Ferrari's like, we made an electric car, and everyone's like, yeah, so did like Hyundai like 5 years ago. Way to copy them.
It's ugly.
This is, yeah, and the price. But yeah, I don't know what they were going. It's a weird like bastardization of like they wanted to make a sedan, but then didn't want to quite follow through. Almost like they're trying to be competitive with like the Tesla, the really fancy one that goes like 0-60 in like a second. It's like they're trying to compete with that, but
Roadster.
Missed all the marks, especially at that price.
I learned something about Teslas that I think is really funny. But on the Teslas, you can like pre-record the like locking sound and horn and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I saw on social media some guy he put it to farts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Every time you lock it's like.
They also you can actually make it. You can make it fart by seat. So you can like you can make a fart, and like one of the Emily's parents have a Tesla, and one of the fart sounds is it's what is it called, Falcon Heavy. It's just like a really loud. It's really loud, super power. But yeah, you can pick like what seat it sounds like it's coming from, and then you can change your button like so you could like literally make it sound like people are farting in the cabin. They'll really put in the hard work in those engineers over at Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to design a car, I just thought that was so funny. I would do that if I had a Tesla. I don't.
Now, did you see after everything happened? Did you see Red Bull getting spicy on with
oh my God,
Russell on viral? You know, it's a little something.
That was so funny. And all the other memes that like the news stations and stuff are putting out, like so funny to me. Mm-hmm. Like there was one where he was talking about how like not to lose your cool, and then like they cut to him just like throwing his gloves. Is that the one? I guess I didn't see the specific one that Red Bull put out.
Yeah, well, I think Red Bull had commented after it, and they said this feels something because he had alluded to last year he was giving Verstappen a hard time after a race.
Even F1 roasted him on their social media.
Well, it's interesting because I'd be curious if F1 makes a little bit more of a shift, but like NASCAR has leaned into memes when it comes to their main channel. Like they have nothing but memes. So I would be curious to see if Formula One leans into it. If not, it is more fitting of NASCAR than I would say Formula One. But I don't know. I think Formula One, like I think their big barrier they're going to have to break is this idea of like that it's only for the upper echelon. Now I feel like they've done a great job of making it more available to people. And some may think that that's a bad thing. But I think it's great because, you know, you just get more people involved in the conversation, which is always fun. So
yeah, it's all motorsports. So
yeah. But also, I don't
understand that elitist type stuff.
No.
Like, who cares?
I think I can understand where it was because it was, you know, like Monaco is a fancy, you know, Monaco, those things like.
Yeah, but we're not in the 60s anymore, so.
Well, now it's just all these influencers trying to chase clout to be like, oh, I was the fancy person that had, you know, pit passes. But I mean, like in all reality, I think it's almost oversaturated with people that don't actually care as much about racing as much as they want the appearance of caring about racing, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So it's been a really interesting shift with like the fandom of who is actually going to races now versus maybe 5 or
Drive to Survive.
Yeah, I think Drive to Survive definitely helped out a lot in getting visibility on that on the sport.
I don't know.
The only other thing that we didn't really talk about and they didn't cover is Piastri just full blown just smashing into Albon. I mean, like, it was like he just went straight into him. He didn't even try and turn. It was like you were in the lobby of like Forza 6 with all the new drivers. I mean, it was just wacky. I don't get that reference. All over.
Okay.
Huh?
I said I don't get that reference.
Have you ever jumped onto an online game with nothing but new people playing after playing the game for a long time?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
no, I have, yeah. But usually
I'm
the new person.
Played Catan for the first time with you? Yeah, same frustrations.
It's usually me. I think usually.
Stop hoarding all the damn sheep.
I needed them.
No, you didn't. No, you got all the cloth you could ever want.
You have the most patience ever. Yeah, I think usually I'm the new person that's pissing off everybody, so whatever.
Cool. Well, there's our episode.
Yeah.